Well, we're here again. Hello. We're back in together. Isn't that nice? It's so wonderful to have you watching and sharing all this with me. And I find it really, it causes me to have to think a little bit about what we're talking about, which is good for my brain. And I have spell bottles here. Penny makes these incredible, gorgeous spell bottles. And the two I have here are for a guardian angel, to bring a guardian angel to the one who owns it. First of all the things that are in her bottles have some great power and great meaning. She has people from all around the globe collecting herbs and stones and sacred tree pieces and all kinds of things. And one of her cousins in Greece, who lives on a mountain that's named after her family, her father's family, they still live there. It's a fairy woods, actually. They talk about how they can see the fairies in Greece. I think that's amazing. And so she sends Penny all kinds of herbs and twigs and all wonderful things. And of course, my dear friend Faith in Cornwall. Hi, Faith. It's so nice to get to be with you. She goes in, don't you, Faith, you go into the fairy woods and into the woods where Modron's Well is. Most beautiful little spot with the coulee tree with the ribbons hanging off the tree that all spells from years and years. And she sends all that herbs and things for me. So they're in these bottles, what is apropos. And sometimes, of course, there's crystals and a spell that's been cast. And we use our prana, our breath. We do breathing magic. So every single thing that's in these bottles has had our magic breath to charge it, along with all the beautiful things that are in here, and it has a spell on it. Look at, I love this. These are all little wings. These are angel wings. So that's a guardian angel. And this one, it has wings too. Look at this thing. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. And I always want to keep every one of them. Every time she makes a spell bottle, I say, don't sell that. I want it. But this one is loaded. Is that that's a dried rose, I think. It is so gorgeous. Oh my goodness, look at this. Well, anyway, anyone can make a spell bottle, of course. And that kind of magic is really helpful and works so well. The first kind of spell bottles I learned to make was to neutralize harm and neutralize enemies. And that was the one where you fill the jar, it could even be a baby jar, whatever, a bell jar, and you just fill it half with salt, and you write the spell on paper, and you say, I neutralize and bind the evil thoughts, actions, and deeds of blah, blah, blah. And then you roll it up, tie it with black thread, and put it in the salt, and cover it with salt and a few pieces of frankincense and myrrh if you have it. Then you seal the lid, and you take a white candle, and you turn the bottle upside down, and you drip the white candle to seal the lid all the way around. And then guess what you do with it? Well, you put it in the freezer in your house. And then when the freezer gets full, you know what we do then? We take them to a place where we can bury them in the ground where they won't be dug up. One of the best kind of places is the fence surrounding a cemetery, because that fence is not going to change. And if you stay outside of the cemetery so you don't desecrate the cemetery, and you dig a hole and bury it there, you can reassure it's not going to be dug up. And most people won't even find it anyway. Don't throw them in the water because that is it. They usually break or they seep, so they get filled with water. It ruins the spell. Now, usually you don't use your breath like on candle spells. You don't blow out a candle with your breath because it ruins the spell with a candle. But when you're charging things that are sealed, like in the jars and the bottles, you can use your own breath. And it's wonderful because once you're meditating and doing deep breathing and you're drawing in universal light into your lungs and into your body, and when you speak your spell, you touch every item that's going into the bottle. And they're worthwhile and they're beautiful, and you can decorate them any which way you wish, of course. These are, I just, like I said, I always want to keep every single one of them. I don't want to get rid of them all. But these are already sold, I think. So she has a couple, I don't know where they are, but captured moonlight. She put some of the items out during a very powerful full moon and charged all the items in moonlight, made sure the moonlight was touching them for a period of time, and those are in the bottle, and it actually glows in the dark almost. There's something in there that's phosphorus, and the bottle glows the minute it's in the dark like moonlight. It's really beautiful and perfect. Now, I know that you're waiting for readings. I am going to do 1-card readings right now. I need to tell you too that I'm so excited because Enchant is opening this Thursday, day after tomorrow. And they've taken great care. The boys are so immaculate. And it's, Allie and it's Chris, and Chris mostly. And everything is cleaned and perfect. And they have separation so you don't have to be near anyone. Also, of course, you have to wear your mask and all that. I think you should take a pair of gloves with you, disposable gloves. So when you're handling merchandise, you don't know who handled it. They can't spray the merchandise with antibacterial spray. So I would probably wear gloves if I were out shopping. And make sure that you do use an antibacterial spray before you bring your merchandise into your home, like we do with our mail. When a box comes to the door, Penny runs out with her gloves on and her mask, and she has a huge spray can that does a mist. It's a misting bottle. It's incredible. And she covers the boxes and everything with that mist to get rid of all the germs. Penny, what is the name of the big jar that you have the misting bottle?
It's used for gardens, and it's a pump bottle.
Oh, it's a pump bottle.
It's a mister.
It's a mister. And
Yeah.
It brings a mist. It's used for gardens.
Yeah.
It's got a pump, and it's huge. It's like this
They
big.
use it for like bug spray and for roses and stuff, but I put rubbing alcohol in it.
Oh, she put rubbing alcohol.
Yes.
It's used for bug spray and things. Instead of that, she got a brand new one and filled it with rubbing alcohol. And it has a mist of alcohol, which kills almost everything except you. Isn't that wonderful?
We also make everybody hand sanitize on the
What
way
is
in.
it?
Everybody has to use hand sanitizer on the way in.
I have to do what?
Hand sanitizer.
Oh, yeah. Chris says there's hand sanitizer at the door before you come into the store. You have to clean your hands too. I would wear gloves only because of who's been in there before. We don't know enough about this virus to protect ourselves as well as we should. And a lot of people take it way too lightly, thinking, oh, it'll never happen to me, and it could. And I neutralize that. I'm hoping that it doesn't. We have protection, don't we? We have protection spells, so I'm hopeful that this is going away really soon. I'm going to start drawing some cards. I have to shuffle first. And you know that I don't know how to shuffle, so I have to do it this way and very slowly. Otherwise the cards go flying everywhere. I drop half of them on the floor. And I want to make sure they're set for the next readings in the proper order that the universe will tell us. Daryl James is the first person. Daryl, I'm happy to draw a card for you, Daryl. I don't know where you're from. I asked everybody to report to me if they felt anything from the healing wand. Not many people did report it. A few did. I don't know why, but I'd like to hear specific things from you when you text me, okay? A wonderful card, Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is a powerful number, but it's also generosity, it's abundance, it's communication that is on a high level. It's about sharing as well, but it's also getting what you deserve. So if you've been trying for a long time to have something come to be, I think you should just take a deep breath and allow it to happen and not try to force it, because it looks like things are going to turn around for you. Isn't that wonderful? That could give you a good future, that's for certain. And there's abundant, I see many offers for you, and I don't know if it's a new job, a new place, a new person, but a lot of offers coming for you too. Wonderful. Good card.
And he's from Attleboro.
He's in Attleboro?
Yep.
Well, he's a neighbor. Tim Story. Tim. Another great card. It's the 10 of Pentacles. Now that's a lot of money or a lot of wisdom, either or. But the card itself, it shows that you have comfort, or that you will have comfort. The picture shows somebody sleeping in a big puffy chair with their kitty cat and a comfortable home, all cozy. And that represents a well-being, doesn't it? It looks like health, happiness, and a comfortable home. So I think that when you worry too much, you drive things away from you. When you cast a spell, you need to, or wish, you see the end result and let it go. You can't keep redoing it and then you push it further away. So anxiety could stop this. So we need to relax and allow the universe to supply us, the god and the goddess, with all the things that this card represents. Mercedes Reyes. Mercedes. It's a wonderful Spanish name. And my mother told me that it was the name of a Spanish princess at one time. I've never found that. I've never found it in literature or anything. I wish if somebody knew about that in history, I'd like to know about Mercedes. Now, my aunt was named Mercedes, and of course, she's an old Yankee lady, and so they called her Muffy. Sorry, Aunt Muffy. And this is the Six of Swords. It's a caution. It's not always a caution of mortal harm. Sometimes these cards with swords look like, oh, it's so frightening and it's scary and something's gonna happen or somebody's gonna break in or whatever. It's not about that this time with you. It's about caution though, simple things, so that you don't trip over the stairs. Taking it slow, hang on to the railing when you're going up and down stairs. Go slow. Driving, if you're driving at all, slow down. And try to take care of yourself. This is about covering yourself with protection. Now, protection also could be as simple as a sunscreen. But this is about you protecting yourself. So that could be nutrition. That could be where you go, how you go, how you lock your doors or not. Simple caution is all this represents, and then things will be fine. Hi, Wanda. Oh my goodness, I haven't seen you in so long. This is Chris's mommy. And you're way up in Maine. How wonderful. You and Peggy Murphy. Hi, Peggy. Both of you are amazing. And we miss you. You've got to come down here more often. I'm going to pull a card for you, Wanda. And it is the Two of Pentacles. Balancing. Juggling. Balancing. But in this case, it's not juggling because you don't know what to do, and you know, it's not like robbing Peter to pay Paul. It's about enjoying what you do have, making play of it, make something happier, do something that, you know, buy a new sparkly shirt or blouse, try to do something for yourself is what it's about, and play. Whether you play cards, play a game, even just watching your favorite TV and letting yourself not worry so much. I think you're a worrywart. Is she a worrywart?
Yeah, she has her moments.
No, well, excuse me. How
She
could
calls
you?
me every day.
Okay. Well, that's a good thing. You're lucky. You call him every day. No, he's okay, believe me. We watch him too. But here you go. This is about you having fun. It's about a garden. Do you have a garden? Because I see you planting vegetables and flowers in the ground. And have you done sunflowers yet? You know?
She has lots of flowers.
Does she? Yeah, but I saw that garden. It looks fabulous. This card says do more, if that's possible. And Peggy, I'm going to pull up
And then, yep, our next one is Peggy Murphy.
Huh?
Our next one is Peggy Murphy.
Yes, Peggy Murphy. Peggy. Well, Peggy, I don't know what you do for a living. I mean, as far as I know, you could just be a housewife or a millionaire, and you don't have to work. But this says you need your own business. That's what this is. This is the Curiosity Shop in Oxford, England. And the old lamb, there she is, running her own business and making a lot of money. A curiosity shop, what is that? Well, curiosities are odd things that she sells. Very odd. It's like going to Goodwill shopping and you find beautiful, odd things that people don't want anymore. And you take them home and you put them up on the internet and sell them. There's somebody out there that will probably appreciate what you pick, and if you have style, it makes it even better because people will want what you pick because you have a good eye. So you could even have a business doing that if you wish to. Vicky Payne. Vicky. Well, right now, it looks like there's too much of a load on you. I'm not so sure it's a physical load. It's a mental load. You're crowding your mind with all kinds of questions and fear, and some of it is doubting love. Well, doubting love is painful sometimes, worrying about our love life and our self-love. And sometimes we need to stop worrying about a partner or another person we're not communicating with, etc. And just try communicating within ourselves and love ourselves for a change. And that's probably what you need to do. Catherine Devereaux, very French name, isn't it? Very French. Oh my goodness, I love this card. Talk about sunflowers. This is about family, mother and daughter, or sister and sister. One of you is either your mother or your sister is very childlike, and sometimes it's very aggravating. However, you need to have patience because that is their creative side, and they've not learned where to put it. Instead of choosing something creative to do, they choose to scatter their minds and help other people to get scattered as well. So try to be kind and thoughtful of them, please. Jeffrey Lord. This is amazing. This is a lot of wands. This is about the magic wand again, and family. Choosing your own family is what you probably should do. Not only do you have a family, right now it's your turn in life to choose your own family, which could be very strong connections to people and friends and organizations and things that you have purpose for, helping out, volunteering, doing all kinds of things like that makes a family often. You know, you'll run into people. Samantha Berg. Samantha. Well, the best card I like is the High Priestess. The High Priestess says that you are able to cast a spell, to project magic, to create things. You can be a healer. You could be a writer. You could be an actress. Let's do it, though. Let's not sit back and say, oh, I don't know how to do that. Well, learn how and simply do it. Don't hold yourself back at all, okay? Patrick McGrath. Patrick, it sounds like a movie star name. Patrick McGrath. I can't see at all. Patrick, I don't know if you're hiding from something or somebody, but you're hiding from yourself. You're not looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, oh my God, I like me. I can do anything. I have strength. I have brilliance. And that's what you need to do. Come out of that. I would say come out of the rabbit hole, but that's not possible. We're all in it. But this is the dormouse in a teapot. No one really put him there. He put himself there, actually. And that's what you're doing. You're putting yourself in a position where you don't move. You don't do what you should be doing. Mary Beth Bouchard?
Bouchard.
Bouchard. Oh. Judgment. Mary Beth, it doesn't matter if people judge you. It doesn't matter what other people think about you. And I know there's a lot of naysayers in the world. They seem to all be on Facebook and have nothing else to do but talk against everything everybody wants to do. Well, what kind of contribution is that to the world? It's not. You can't pay attention to that at all. There are better ways of delivering information to people than arguing and or shouting or saying things that are hurtful. There are better ways to express your opinions without hurting anyone. Tiffany Poole. Tiffany Poole. Tiffany. Tiffany's is what I think of every time I hear that name. Of course.
Of course.
Jewelry, lamps, all that. The Queen of Cups, Tiffany, is a generous person, and I think this is you. I think there's a generosity in you that is sporadic. One day you're giving everything away. Oh, do you want this? Take it, you know. And then a week later you're going, where is that so-and-so I had? Oh my God, I gave it away. So it's a polarity action that you have. You need to keep your things. Don't give them away. You could sell a couple of things to fill that cup up with more money. That would be a good idea for you. Maria Silva. Maria Silva. A lot of pentacles. And this shows that you work hard for them. Whatever you have learned in your wisdom, I'm not even sure that you went to college. You did it on your own. If you did go to college, you must have studied hard. I think that if you work, you also work hard. You earn everything you get in life. And that may be because of your astrological chart. May put barriers in your way, so you have to study harder and harder than most people. But in the outcome, you're the winner. You're the winner. That's going to be a wonderful thing. And your health needs to be looked after now. And that's okay. You can do that yourself. And Jennifer Riley. Jennifer. I don't know, Jennifer. It looks like something has been offered to you. Don't refuse it. If anything is said, here, you want to do this, say yes. Because once you refuse, if you've projected for something and it comes up and you go, oh, maybe I'll wait for another one, it'll never come again. Whatever the opportunities are, excuse me, don't turn down your opportunities at all. No matter what it is, you have to say yes. Fran Manning. There's two sides to you, Fran. And you need to understand that about yourself. There is a side of you that wants to be practical and do everything right, and it has to be perfect, etc., etc. But there is that creative side that throws caution to the wind, and you don't pay enough attention to that. It's okay sometimes to do something out of the box. Nothing wrong with it. You know, instead of little pearl earrings, wear a great big hoop. Exactly. You know, change your ways, because you have this other creative side that could do so much for yourself and the world. Lisa LaFond. Well, it's Wands, the Three of Wands, and I don't know if you're looking forward to traveling, but that's going to happen for you. As soon as things break, you're going to be on your way, and you might be going to a foreign country as well, which is wonderful for you. I think it would be the best for you. And or when you come back from that foreign country, you may end up bringing someone with you, which I think would be nice. Tina Butler. Tina, I don't know what you do for a living. This is the card that says you have to have a website. You have to reach the world in some way. Either you have to write a book, you have to create a new way of lighting the world and be a genius, because the world is waiting for you to give something to the world. And you can actually either make a business of the world, because when you have a shop on the computer, you're reaching the entire world, every country, every kind of person in the world. So when you're selling something, it can't not be successful if you put your efforts into it. It's amazing. But also there's a side of you that needs to create something also. Use your magic more, project more, meditate more, all of the above. I don't know if you've ever collected dolls, but for some reason I'm seeing dolls. And a lot of people say, oh, I don't like dolls. Well, some of us love them because they're little spirits and they're not evil. That's Hollywood for you, scaring every child and everybody about their dolls. That's not true. They're not evil. But they are little spirits. They reflect you like a statue. We put our energies into a statue of Mary. Mary's spirit comes through for you. If you have a statue of Caradwin, one of our goddesses, and you go to it every day like a billion people do, it has spirit. It answers you back. This is the world. You can reach the world. Nicole Silva. It's a family of Silvas. Are you related to Jose Silva? He also does alpha. I don't know if you know that you're protected. There are laws that can protect you from anything. If you know the laws, some people, take a lot of abuse from other people in other situations, and they don't reach out for help. You should be reaching out for help if you need it, and find someone who can champion what you do and what you want and help you. You need a helper, or maybe 2 or 3 helpers. Cheryl Hutchinson. Cheryl. Now, Cheryl, I don't know if your mom is around or not, but it looks like you need to communicate with her more, even if she's in the other world. You need to talk to her and understand all the things she definitely gave you. Some of the times when mothers do things that are not so nice, they're giving you also an understanding of that so that you can do the opposite. And when you look at their behavior, sometimes you say, oh my God, that was awful. Well, they taught you how not to do it. That's an important part of your life growing up. And they can teach you how to do so many things if you listen instead of trying to talk over them and think you know more. Most children think they know more than their parents. It's impossible. Chrissy Stark. Chrissy. Oh, my goodness. Chrissy, you're doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting a change. When you do something and it doesn't work, or it doesn't bring what you want, it's like going to work every day the same way, in the same car, the same job, and you need more money. It's not going to change that way, is it? You have to get a new job, or you have to go and demand higher pay. You have to make a move. You can't just keep going through and complaining. Do something about your issues. Heather Goodsell. Heather, it's a wonderful plant, flower. and it grows. A lot of it grows in Ireland, but mostly in Scotland, and there's some in England. Of course, it's next to streams usually, like a little bubbling stream of cool, beautiful water. And there are these little heather bushes, and the scent is wonderful. They bring good luck and money. You know, heather is ruled by Jupiter, and this is saying, I don't know if you cook or that you know someone who does, but maybe you should look into writing a cookbook or creating new recipes. Now there's a way of doing that. You know, you don't have to start from scratch. Sometimes you can take a recipe your mom had or your grandma or a neighbor and changing it, trying it out and saying, well, no, it needs a little more of this, or I'd like to add this, and it becomes your recipe. And you write it down, you put it in the computer, and you start creating a cookbook. Heather Lucas, another Heather. There's lots of Heathers, and of course we have a Heather. Our Heather is going to do one card readings for you. When is Heather on?
She's on again Friday.
Oh, this Friday, it's Heather. She's going to be doing, and she's fabulous. You know, and she'll tell you like it is. She doesn't pull any punches, you know. And she's extremely psychic and healing. She's a healer. Well, this is you, Heather, finding out who you are, basically. It says that you need to look in the mirror and decide who you are, not let someone else tell you who you are. Don't go by what mom and dad said you are. They probably didn't know half of the things you could do. Not that they meant any harm from that. They didn't see you in the same light that you see yourself. So you need to identify yourself a little more and also make a list of all the things you can do and have done, so you can feel proud about that. You know, little self-esteem is necessary here. Lisa Mello. Well, Lisa, it looks as though you need to be adamant about what you want and what you're doing. You can't take no for an answer anymore from anyone. It's time to do what you want to do, or get people to help you do what you want to do. And you can do it. This card says you can, and you don't have to take no for an answer. Francesca Trioli, very Italian. Italy, how wonderful.
Mom,
Well,
that's Massimo's little sister.
What is it?
That is Massimo's little sister, Francesca.
Oh my goodness, Massimo's sister. I haven't seen you since you were a little brat, when you were so tiny. Oh, I'll never forget, you were in the back of a car, and we had too many people in the car, and you didn't have a place to sit, but you had to sit on somebody's lap, and you said, Mother, stop the car, I'm suffering. That's you. You're an odd person. See this little odd character? But a good one. You're so smart, clever. You should have been a detective. You could definitely have your own spy company, because you're so clever and creative too. You're very creative. And this card says that that's who you are. This card says you need to do something creative to make more money on your own. Have your own bank account. You don't want a bank account with a brother, a husband, or anyone. It's okay if you have a husband and you share, but you need your own bank account right now. Okay, Francesca. Elizabeth Adams. Oh my goodness, Elizabeth. Well, it looks as though someone from your past, either a lover, someone that you loved, you're going to hear from someone from the past. And it only means it's a reminder of how things were in the past. So it's not an important meeting, it like someone that's going to fall in love with you or blah, blah, blah. It's about someone that reminds you of what has happened in the past, so you can change things when you go forward in the future. Your future is much more important than your past, and you need to understand that. So that person will make you think of it. Kate or Cat Brooks. Is it Cat?
Cat.
I think so.
Yep.
Cat, I like that name. I love cats and kitties, so I wouldn't mind being called Cat. That would be so cool. Well, you're holding yourself back. This is the Hermit card. So in some way, you're not doing what you need to do for yourself. You're holding yourself back. Have you ever had your astrological chart done? You probably should, so you'll know more about who you are and go forward, because you could become well known, almost to famous if you wish to, by all the things that you have that are so exciting and good. You need to push forward and not hide. Amy Brecker. Okay. The Cheshire Cat saying, she's saying, I don't know which way to go. And he says something about, well, then you'll find out, if you keep going, you'll find out where you are. Something silly like that. This says, in your case, it says that you need to make a new path in your life. Open the doors to something new and step in. Whatever that is, don't be afraid to start something and allow it to come to fruition. Allow something to work for you, to make you happier, healthier, and richer, which you can do, obviously, on your own. Well, usually we all need help from someone eventually, but you are the one that needs to open the new door and walk down a new path of some kind. And one of your paths should be spiritual, by the way. Lisa Kelly. Lisa, there is such a thing as a triple goddess, Mother, Maiden, and Crone. It represents the cycles of women's lives. And in your case, you need to draw upon the people, the women who have passed in your life, and call upon them for help. They will help you. Their spirits will come to help you. You need to maybe make a tiny little altar with a grandmother's pair of glasses. No candles. That's unnecessary. But an object or a picture of her. And the same with 2 other women that are passed. And put their pictures up and call on them to help you make up your mind and decide what is best for you. They will help you. Sarah Smith. Well, Sarah, if you call on the goddess Maka to protect you, you'd be surprised how much you can receive in money and gifts and wealth and health and all those things. Don't let anyone take advantage of you. Make sure you carry a black crow feather. If you find one in the street, pick it up. It's sacred. It draws in the goddess Maka to protect you. Andrea Para. Oh my goodness. I don't know who it is. There's a Leo person around you, or no, I'll back up. This August is a time for you to shine. In August, things will change in your life completely and for the better, and you need to allow that to happen. I use that word so much, but it's such an important word because we stifle ourselves. We think we have to do something to do this, to get that, when the universe can supply it by just simply projecting for it and waiting for things to happen. And I don't mean waiting in the sense of not continuing to strive for it. I just think that you need to understand how things work. Nicole McCrae. Well, this looks like there's someone around you holding back with money. They're not giving you enough, or they're not giving you money at all, and they're telling you they don't have any when they have it. Interesting. So you can't loan money, and you can't let money have people take your money for any reason. You don't loan anything, whether it's money, clothing, food, even food. At this point in your life, don't give anything away at all. David Maya?
I believe it's May.
May. Oh, okay. Okay, David, right?
Yep.
David. David, you can't do everything by yourself. Yes, I think you want to be in charge of everything, and basically you are, and you can be. But there are times you need co-workers or associates of some kind to help you get along more. Or you need more information about something so you can carry on in a proper way. Looking up information on the computer is a wonderful thing. You can learn history, you can learn anything you need to learn about, from mathematics to who knows what. So educate yourself now. Charlie Burke. Burke is a beautiful name. Good family. Well, it looks like your emotions are getting carried away. I don't understand. Maybe you're not sleeping, or your mind is getting confused about things, and maybe you don't even realize that you're not thinking in the right direction. You need to take a deep breath and reconsider any moves that you're going to make in the near future. Be very careful. You got something for me?
Oh.
Oh, I was going to say, is there anybody with questions out there? Do you have any?
There we go. Sorry.
Michelle Talley. Michelle Talley.
I fell asleep at the wheel.
What is it?
I said I fell asleep at the wheel.
Yes, you did. Well, it gets pretty boring listening about everybody else's stuff, The Two of Cups. A wedding is coming. I don't know whose it is. I don't know if it's yours or someone that you know. But all I know is there's a wedding coming. Tamitha Copeland. Tamitha. Okay, Tamitha. Again, here's another card of someone who's unique. You're a very unique person. Sometimes you're too exuberant. You need to calm down a little bit. But you're active and you need to trust in your own decisions. That's a That's a really wonderful thing to do, to be able to trust yourself, and you don't have to rely on everyone else that way. Janice Anderson. Janice Anderson. Well, I don't know if you're good at games of any kind, you know, because I think you always try to put a round peg in a square hole, or the opposite. Things aren't fitting right now. They're not working the way you're doing it. You have to rethink your plan of attack on the things you want to do right now and change the course. Jason White. Jason is a strong, strong female presence that's coming into your life. I don't know if it's your mom, but I think it's someone who is trying to control you, and I don't think that's a good idea. So you have to watch out about her. She's telling you, and she may be telling you lies too. That's very hard. And you know, this is going to be my last card. So whoever gets the last card, it's wonderful. Kathy Lopez. Kathy, this is one of those cards again. A lot of you've gotten. This is owning your own business. This is creating something that you can sell and doing a good job of it, and don't walk away from it. You can handle your own business and your own job. You can look it up on the computer, what steps to take to name your business, to get in touch with the IRS and the city, etc. You don't have to have brick and mortar anymore. We have computers. That could be your entire business, can be on the computer. You could be doing what I'm doing and charging people. That's a wonderful way to make a living. And you're probably good at it. You're probably as psychic as they come. And that's kind of nice for me to hear at the end of my evening. And Faith, I hope that you're comfortable and happy. And I'm still waiting for some twigs from the fairy woods, or an old map from England, or old paper things that you don't want anymore, that maybe be stuffed in the attic somewhere. Okay? I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.